So in today's video, what we're going to do is show you how I go about finding my yield farms and getting into them earlier than most people, and obviously trying to get as much TVL APRs out of it as I can. So this will be something I will be discussing more in my Discord group, and I will be focusing 100% more effort into this now as it's starting to grow. And what I've built so far in this and everything I'm happy with. Again, if you're interested in joining, I go over different things, different types of strategies. I will be incorporating more of these into how I go forward. And if you're interested in joining, just quickly jump over to my website, become a member, click the link below. 100% free for the time being, and once you're into it, that's pretty much it. It is going to be a great resource for anyone that's looking to learn how to yield farm. Pretty much avoid a lot of the common mistakes that I fell into head first when I started this entire journey. So with that in mind, what we're going to do now is we're jumping over to SwapX. Again, SwapX official sponsors this entire series, and with this is my go-to platform for starting out my positions in yield farm, and I think in terms of user friendliness, it's exceptional. So with this, we see all the pools they have. Now, obviously, the key concept of this entire video is we want to get into these pools early. We want to find pools that are coming out early, not just for Sonic chain, but for every chain. And I think this is vital important for a yield farm. And this is what we need to have on our heads now, our yield farming hats on our head. We're no loyalty or bias towards any specific chain. We want to earn yield, and everywhere will have different benefits for different users. So with that in mind, we jump over here to DeFiLlama. DeFiLlama, we click yields, pools, opens up everything on hundreds of different chains. Now, what I want to do here is I obviously wanted to keep it over $1 million TVLs, and the reason for this is because I try to follow this simple guide. Again, if you're interested in this, click the link in the description. You can grab it for free, and pretty much it gives me a rating of different positions of what I can get into. So again, if they fit my overall strategy. Now, for some people, their strategy will be different, but again, if things are too risky, I avoid. Good starters, it could be a solid project or a solid LP to build up the foundation and the basics of your cash flow. So with that in mind, you can see here straight away, obviously Ethereum. I try to avoid Ethereum as much as I can, for the simple reason is because it can be extremely costly to actually make transactions and stuff on it. So now we have every other chain different than not including Ethereum. APYs, obviously we can change around, but we know straight away the TVLs are going to be high. So straight away you can see here base is leading with two different ones. Again, these could be very heavy on meme coins, so just keep in mind of that. But you can see obviously 2,379%. Is it an early one? Potentially could be early into it. Again, does it fall into this too risky category for me personally at this moment in time? Yes, it does. I don't know enough about it, so I avoid it anyway. But what happens is you can go through all this list of things, and you can see obviously at the moment it seems to be airdrome base are the heavy hitters here with positions. We have Solana's other chains. Sui has another one, lending and borrowing. But again, even for this position here, where is it? Navi lending, you can lend this token. You're getting 192% APY. Again, you're getting in a reward token, but it's still an earning. You can still use it to sell it for whatever reason. If we keep going through it, it gives you the idea of the different positions in the different pools. Now again, you have to be just cautious and be aware of different scenarios and where the yield has come from. So this is my go-to platform to check, and you can set parameters to check for new tokens and things like that as well. Also, what I jump over to is VFAT. Again, VFAT has the same thing, discover pools, and from there you can get a list of all the different pools out there. So again, we can set ourselves some parameters here. So we want to include all chains, protocols, all pool fees, all. We want a TVL maybe, I think it's 1 million as well there. So it's going to break it down to TVLs. Maybe I have too many zeros in it, have I? So yeah, so it's in case. So there's our TVLs. Obviously for these positions, again, we can adjust APRs. You can see here at the moment, this ETH and Strat one on Uniswap on ETH is offering 270%. Again, could be extremely risky to getting in because of obviously, again, high fees. So definitely something you need to be aware of if you're looking to get into any of these things. And just on, so if we jump over here to PancakeSwaps and Solana, on Solana we had liquidity positions here that were offering maybe 800-900% APRs. Here's one straight away, Sol USDC. You can see here we're getting 253% APR for Cake. However, the problem now, this is going to end, I think, tomorrow, or yeah, the first is going to end of August. So definitely, a massive missed opportunity there. You can see another Solana USDT, 224%, heavily incentivized by Cake, which could have allowed us to heavily farm the Cake token. Here's Solana and Bitcoin, and you can see there's a 662% APY or APR for farming this. So this is what I'm trying to show you, of getting in early to positions. Definitely something you need to be familiar with and get used to. And last but not least is I look to Beefy Finance. So Beefy Finance are an excellent platform because they've been in crypto for such a long time. But what you will tend to see is things like this pop up on it. New tokens. So if we quickly change that, here you can see new positions, new protocols, new chains. So it's hyper liquid. Again, you can see potential tokens here that are in. So USDE and wrapped hype, I think it is 65%. TVL is still low. So again, this could be a very early pool, has launched somewhere on some chain or on some protocol on the hype network. So again, definitely a place where you want to be going, because Beefy are very quick to get new chains and new farms and new partnerships happening. So definitely something you need to be checking out. And also, I suppose the last but not least would be, check out the Discord server. I will, as I mentioned, hopefully we can build up a group here that everyone can interact and engage and start helping each other out with different positions, finding different positions, because there are going to be some people on different chains and are going to be a lot more active on specific chains. So definitely, worth it, get involved and join. As I said, join for free now, because it will eventually turn to a paid model. And as soon as anyone is in here at this moment in time that is free, will be free forever. So, even at that in itself, the risk to reward is brilliant. So look, we're going to leave it there. Thanks very much for watching, and I hope everyone has a great day.